Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Once again, my name is Vivian. In today's tutorial video, we're learning how to make this beautiful skirt you are seeing right here on the screen. It's a full umbrella cut skirt with bow, and you can see the bow is at the back. You can put it at the front if you want, anyhow you want to style it. If this is what you've been interested in learning, please help me like this video, drop a comment, and if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please guys help me subscribe and stick with me as we get started. So the first thing I did was to fold my fabric into two this way. You can see is in two folds, and when I'm done with that, the next thing I did was to grab it from this end, then fold it again this way. In that way, we are having four fold. You can see that this fabric is in four fold right now, so all the measurements will be taken from this other side. You can see from this other side we'll be taking all our measurements. So now the next thing I want to do is to make a rough estimate of my waist measurement. Your waist measurement divided by 4, you're going to make sure you get it here. Mine is 7.5, and I just roughly marked that 7.5 there. When you place your tape straight, just make a rough curve, okay, and get that 7.5. And it's from this end we'll be taking our measurement, the length of the skirt. So from that line I marked, I'm going to place my tape there and then mark the length of this skirt. After, when I'm done, I'm going to place it on this end till that length of the skirt, whatever I have there, I'll keep taking the measurement round till I get to the other end. When taking this measurement, you have to be careful and patient, so you don't have one side being long and the other side being shorter than the other side. So you just have to take your time and take the measurement all round. So after cutting it, this is how it will look like. You can see that it's a full circle skirt. So the same way I folded the fabric, I'm going to fold the lining that way, just this way, and then I'm going to place the skirt on it, arrange it very well, then cut out the lining. So to create a space for the zipper, we have to open up one side of the fabric and the lining as well. And when I'm done with that, I'm going to place this lining with the main fabric, right side of the fabric, okay? And when I do that, I'm going to sew the hem side round and also the two both side. I'm going to stitch it, then turn it over to the right side from the waist. So when I'm done sewing it, this is what I have. I'm also gonna head to iron it. If you have a paper stay, you can put paper stay on the lining or on the fabric. So now the next thing I want to do is to take out the measurement for my zipper, the length of the zipper, then stitch the remaining part and then fix my zipper. So guys, after fixing the zipper, this is what I have. You can see that this is very simple, okay? And you can see that the beauty of this skirt is already coming out. So now we'll have to go ahead and cut out the band. The band will be very long, so we'll have to measure the waist, round waist, one that will go around the waist, and then it will have extension. The band will be starting from that zipper side, okay? So now I want to just show us a rough picture of how the band will look like. So now we'll have something like this, so it will go this way, all the way like this. So that center side is going to be tiny and the extensions will be bold. So that center is the waistline, and the two extension can be as long as you want it, but here will be exactly the waist line. So this is how the band will look like. Okay, it will have this bow like nature on the two extension side. So now I have to go ahead and cut it out. So I have this long fabric for the band. You can see it's very long. You can make it as long as you want, maybe the one that will go around your waistline twice, whatever you want. So I have this. I'm going to fold it into two equal parts. You know it's on fold already. Okay, so I'm going to fold it again like this, then go ahead and arrange it very well. Make sure it's well arranged. So when I'm done on this folded side, I'm going to take my waist measurement divided by 2. So from here, I'm going to measure my waist measurement divided by 2. I'll mark it here. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. This is my waist line. Okay, so I've already marked it. When you mark it, then from this, on that waistline, I want the waistband to be 1 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and mark 1.5. I'll be using half inch to sew it. Okay, 1.5 all through the waistline. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, so after that, I'm just going to go ahead and join the lines. So after marking 1.5 inches on that waistline, from this side, I'm going to mark 2.5 inches. I'll use half inch to sew it, and the remaining 2 inches will be for the bow. Okay, so it will have that bow like effect on the extension side. So go ahead and mark 2.5 inches all the way down, then go ahead and cut it. So after cutting it, this is what I have. You can see how the waistline is a little bit slimmer than the bow side. So I'll go ahead and notch the center line, so I'll be able to know the center of the bow. Now I'm going to open it up. You can see what I have. You can see the waistline. Okay, so I'm just going to indicate it very well. This is where the waistline stopped here, and this other side as well. You can see where the waistline stopped. So now, after determining the center line, you can see the shape of this thing. You can see where the waistline is stopping here. Sure, you can see it very well. So now I'm going to flip it over like this on the wrong side from that place that the waistline stopped. Okay, so I'm going to sew the extension side all the way down. You can see, sew it this way with half inch just to close it up. Okay, and when I get to this other end, not to make it look so boring, I'm going to slant it this way. Let me just mark it. So I'm just going to slant it this way and sew it like this, then cut out the excess. So whatever I did here, I'm going to go ahead and do it on the other side. Remember, we are not sewing the waist side. We are starting from here to sew all the way down. So after stitching it up, this is what I have. I've also gone ahead to give it a good ironing, and then on this waistline, you can see that the waistline is still open, and you can see that I folded in the two sides with half an inch, and I went ahead to iron it. So now it's time to attach it on the skirt. So I'll bring in the skirt. I have to determine the center of this skirt and then use my chalk to mark it. So we are done marking the center of the skirt. It's time to attach the band. So I'll bring in this band. Remember, I notched the center of the band earlier. So I'm going to look for the center of the band now. You can see the notched area. I'll place it on the center of this skirt this way. I'm going to place it right side facing right side this way, just the way I'm doing it right now. And I'm going to use my safety pin to pin it all round before I'll go ahead and sew it. So just follow the step and do what I'm doing right now. So after pinning it, just go ahead and follow that line and sew it all around. So after sewing it, this is what I have. You can see it already. Remember, I sewed from the right side. So now this folded side, I'm going to fold it in this way on the wrong side. Okay, just fold in this way and use my safety pin to hold it in place. And when folding it in, you have to make sure that it's covering that stitch area. Okay, that line where you stitched before, you have to make sure that this one you're folding in is covering it. Make sure it's covering, so when you're top stitching, it will be able to catch the line. So after pinning it round, you have to top stitch from the right side. Okay, so follow this line and keep stitching on it. You have to do stitch on the dish. If you pin this very well, you'll be able to stitch on top of it and it will be very neat. Just follow that line and do what is called stitch on the dish and go all around. So yeah, after stitching, this is what I have and this is the final result. The beauty of this skirt is given. You can actually style it anyhow you want. You can style the bow at the front or you can leave it at the back, and it's very simple and easy to understand. If you watched it this end, thank you guys. See you next time when I post another one. Bye.